Everyone thinks the biggest moment in One Piece already happened. Gear 5, white hair, laughter, the sun god. People talk about it like that was the end of the mystery, like Oda finally played his last card. But that belief is exactly why most fans are missing the real story. Because while everyone was staring at Luffy's transformation, Oda was quietly revealing something far bigger. Not a power, not a fruit, not a chosen one. The world itself. And once you realize what kind of planet One Piece takes place on, everything changes. For decades, fans treated one phrase like pure poetry. The dawn of the world. Joy, freedom, smiles, harmony. That interpretation feels good. It feels hopeful. But One Piece has never been about vague ideas alone. Oda is extremely precise with language. He doesn't say a new era. He doesn't say a new age. He says the dawn. Not emotional, not abstract. Directional. A dawn always means one thing. Light reaching a place that was dark before. So the real question isn't who brings the dawn. It's what exactly has been living in darkness this entire time. Look at the One Piece map for more than 5 seconds. Tiny islands, endless oceans, barely any continents. That's not normal. In the real world, land dominates. In One Piece, land is an exception. That's not aesthetic. That's evidence. Because a world that looks like this didn't form naturally. It was broken. And now we know why. The One Piece planet suffered a great flood. A real one. Not mythology, not exaggeration. Meaning what we call the world is actually just the parts that didn't drown. Most people think the flood matters because of water levels. That's wrong. The real issue is light. When the Straw Hats descend to Fishman Island, the sun vanishes instantly. Complete darkness. Fishman Island survives only because sunlight is artificially transported down through the roots of the sunlight tree Eve. That tells us something terrifying. Without Eve, the ocean floor is a dead world. No exploration, no discovery, no history. Which explains why Oda avoided showing us the deep sea for over 25 years. Because that's where the old world still exists. We know advanced civilizations existed before the Void Century. We know they were erased. But erased doesn't mean destroyed. Jinbei's cover story quietly confirms it. Underwater ruins, entire structures, architecture that was never meant to be submerged. Those cities didn't adapt to the ocean. They drowned in it, frozen, preserved, waiting. Which reframes the dawn completely. The dawn isn't peace between nations. It's sunlight finally touching those ruins again. And this is where Oda becomes genuinely cruel. Because he explained the entire ending of One Piece in one of the most mocked arcs in the series. Long Ring, Long Land. People skip it. People laugh at it. People call it filler. That's why it's dangerous. Because Long Ring, Long Land is a perfect miniature version of the One Piece world. At high tide, Long Ring, Long Land looks like multiple islands, separated, isolated, disconnected. But once a year, the tide drops, and suddenly, it's one landmass. No boats, no navigation, no dangerous seas, just land, fully connected. That isn't comedy. That's Oda saying, this is what the world is supposed to look like. The separation is artificial, temporary, unnatural. Luffy doesn't care about ruling anything. He hates being stuck. He hates confinement. Even fun islands eventually feel like cages to him. So what is true freedom? Not being the strongest, not being worshipped, not being remembered. True freedom is being able to go anywhere at any time without permission, without fear of the sea. Walking the world, laughing the entire way. That's not a Pirate King dream. That's a world without oceans in the way. Wano wasn't just an arc. It was a warning. Artificial walls, a closed country, a civilization holding back water. And what happens when those walls collapse? The truth resurfaces. An older Wano existed beneath the current one, a drowned past waiting to be revealed. Wano didn't need symbolic freedom. It needed a literal dawn. And before we go any further, if this idea just flipped how you see One Piece, do me one favor. Don't click away. Don't forget it. Don't let this get buried. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Argue with me. Expand it. Break it. Because theories like this only work when the community pushes them further. And if you want more One Piece breakdowns that focus on story, structure, and long-term setup, not just power scaling, you know exactly what to do. Now think bigger. What if the red line is artificial? A continent built across the planet, displacing oceans, raising sea levels globally. Suddenly, everything aligns. Why the world is fragmented, why islands dominate, why the sea is the ultimate barrier. Destroy the red line, and the oceans recede. The world reconnects. The One Piece isn't treasure, it's the planet, returned to its original shape. The end that never really ends. When the dawn finally comes, the story doesn't close, it opens. The ocean pulls back, light reaches the underworld, the ancient world wakes up, and Luffy? He doesn't rule it, he doesn't control it, he doesn't stay. He laughs and keeps exploring. Because even at the end of One Piece, the world is still vast, still mysterious, still free, and that's the point. Gear 5 wasn't the reveal. The flood was. The darkness was. The world was asleep. And Oda told us the entire time.